So this is the second session on the subject digital electronics. So we have totally up to flip-flop, counter, register. I'm planning to cover in this virtual classroom done by Nimi. And in today's topic, we will see a combinational circuit. So before that, I would like to review what we discussed in the yesterday's class. Yes. So hope you all remember what we discussed in the yesterday's class. Yes, very correct. The yesterday's topic is logic gates we discussed. So from in logic gates, we not only discussed what is logic gate, we also discussed why digital, why we need digital. So why we need digital is we need digital if you go to store something, if we need to process something, we need digital. So that's why we need the digital electronics, and the circuits we can do using digital electronics. We need the basic gates. So basic gates or the logic gates. So yesterday we have discussed like different gates we discussed. So what are they? Some of them can answer in the chat window. What are all the few logic gates we discussed in yesterday's class? You can reply in the chat window. What are all the gates? Okay, AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate. These are all the basic gates, and two gates we discussed as a universal gates, and then two gates we discussed as a special gates, that is XOR and then XNOR gate. Yes. So it's a small recap of yesterday's one. So we discussed like what is digital and where the digital circuit is used and why we want digital circuits. If you want to store something, if you want to store a huge number of songs, if you want to store movies, then you need digital. You want to convert all the analog data to digital data. So we discussed like in analog, any signal which is available in analog is by nature the signal will be available in analog. But if you want to store the signal, if I want to analyze the temperature for 10 years, then I want that data in the form of digital. So logic gate is nothing but it is on and off control. So we discuss this as a logic function, and then it will take only binary inputs, that is ones and zeros, and it will give you that binary outputs, again ones and zeros. So this is a short summary of yesterday what we discussed. So it's like a symbol of different gates is given, its inputs are shown, and as well as its logical output, logical expression is shown here for all the gates. So did you all practice this? I gave a problem for practice. Did you all practice this? Any of you practiced this? Any of you practiced this? So here I apply A and here I apply B. I have used only the basic gates in this circuit. So all the basic gates, 3 basic gates we had, all the basic gates we have used here. So what is the answer here? Yeah, if I apply A here, I'll get what? I'll get like, if I apply A here, I'll get A bar here, and here I'll get, here it is OR gate, so it is A plus B, and this is AND gate. So what is this? Here I'll get A bar dot A plus B I'll get. So A bar, this bar is missing here. A bar dot A plus B, and on the output side you will get A bar dot A plus B plus, and again this one A plus B. Yes, so most of you might have got this answer. It is a very simple how from the logic diagram how we can get the actual expression. So that is what we did in this. So if you are interested, I'll give you more problems so that you can practice to do the logic diagrams. Yes. So we will start with the combination circuit. So the logic circuit is broadly classified into two things. One is combinational circuit, another one is sequential circuit. So simple to remember is uh, combinational circuit don't have any memory. What I give as input, it will take that input and it will give me some output. If I give some inputs, if I tell hi to the combinational circuit, based on my input high, it will give me some output. Okay, but for a sequential circuit, the other circuit we have is a sequential circuit. Here combinational circuit don't have any memory, so if I tell high, it will process and it may give me the answer as high. Sequential circuit, it is having memory, so if I tell hi to sequential circuit, it may give the output like hi Priya. Yes, so that is the here we don't have memory and here we have the memory. So two different logic circuits. So your syllabus is also like it's having a combinational circuit part and as well as the sequential circuit. Yes, combination circuit is very simple and very easy to understand. Yes, so only thing is before going to anything, what and all you have to do, you have to do it like you should know the block diagram, you should know the logic diagram, you should know the truth table and the expression. Anything is there, those things are required. So before moving into the circuit. A simple block diagram of combinational circuit, it is having, it will take different input and it will give you different output. So if I give high, it will give me high in the output side. If I give good morning, it will give me good morning in the output side. As how I design my combination circuit, based on that I'll get whatever input I apply, whatever input I apply, for those input it will give me the output. That is the combination circuit. So what to remember here, the combinational circuit won't have any memory. The thing to remember is no memory is there in the combinational circuit, but sequential circuit we have memory. If I say hi to sequential circuit, it can recall me and it will give hi Priya. Yes. The application of combinational logic circuit. Yes, we have different areas where we use combinational circuit. One is for simple arithmetic operations. So today we are going to cover this one, arithmetic operations. So what are the arithmetic operations? All the maths operations, you call it as arithmetic operations. That is addition, subtraction, division, comparing the things. These things are arithmetic operations. So those things you can very well, very easily you can do with the help of combinational circuit. And then data transmission. I want to transfer something from one place to another place. Telephone conversation. You want to make a call. So how you transmit the voice information from one place to the other place. That is like again data transmission part. And then code converters, changing one code to the other code. You might have heard about encryption, decryption and all. So if you type your, like if you are doing net banking, transferring your money through Paytm or Google Pay or through Beam app, so you might have seen a screen that your data is encrypted. 128-bit of encryption is used to transfer your data. So that is all is encryption and decryption. See, my code, my PIN number, my ATM PIN number or my password is encrypted. If my, for example, my password is 1234, then they'll change that number to some other number. They'll change that to 8964. Like that they can change the number so that it is encrypted end to end. Even in WhatsApp also we will receive the Your data is encrypted end to end. Your conversation is secured end to end. So that is the code converter. So changing one type of code to the other type of code is code converter. And then here we have binary code converter, BCD code converter, 7-segment code converter. So all these are present here. These are the different applications of logic circuits, combinational logic circuits. See examples of combinational circuit. So all those applications what we discussed in this slide, all the applications what we discussed in these slides, all are the examples of combinational circuit: adder, subtractor, comparator, multiplexer, demultiplexer, encoder, decoder, and then code converters. All these are the examples of combinational circuits. So first to go into detail about the each one, adder, subtractor of each one. So here are the 4 rules to remember. So everywhere for every design we will follow the same rules. The rules are same for all the designs. So first one is the problem is stated. So what I want to do? I want to do addition. Okay, that is the statement. What I want to do? I want to do subtraction. That is the statement. So how many datas I want to add? How many datas I want to subtract? Yes, that is my next one. Number of inputs and number of outputs. See, for the first one, the idea is what I want to do. Whether I want to add or I want to subtract. That is for the first one. And for the second one, uh, how many inputs are there? How many inputs I'll give to my block? 2 inputs, 3 inputs, and how many outputs will I take? That is the next one. And then from this idea, you have to build one truth table. Yes. Yesterday's class we discussed like OR gate will have a specific truth table, AND gate will have a specific truth table. So those things we discussed. But here from this logic you want to derive a truth table. You want to design a truth table. Then once the truth table is designed, you know truth table, no? So we will be having ones, zeros, all those will be here. So from the design a truth table, I want to simplify. I want to get a final expression, and that final expression is called as Boolean expression or logical expression. Yes. So 4 important things we have to uh, be clear before moving into the actual design. First one is what is your idea? What do you want to do? Number of inputs and number of outputs. And next is truth table. And then next is simplified expression. These are the 4 things we want to remember. Yes. So we will move to the first one. It is adder. So digital computer perform a variety of information or processing task. So one among the tasks is we have CPU in our motherboard, and CPU will have so many additions, subtraction and all. So one popular task it will do is addition task. Okay. So to move into the adder, to design an adder, we should know the rules of adding binary data. Rule of adding binary numbers. So if I add, so we know in digital world we have only 2 things, 0 or 1. So we are going to take the rules from those 2 things, 0 and 1. Yes, what I have here, so first case is 0 plus 0, obviously output is 0. 0 plus 1, yes it is 1. 1 plus 0, it is 1. And if I add 1 plus 1 in binary addition, if I add 1 plus 1, the sum will be 0 and carry will be 1. Yes, so this is what I'll get. I'll get carry as 1 and sum as 0. So this is the rule we want to remember by doing the adder. If I add like if I add 3 ones together, 3 ones at a stretch, then what I'll get? The sum is also 1 and as well as the carry is also 1. Yes, got it? So adder, we have three different adders are shown here. We are going to see all the three today. So it is half adder, then full adder, then parallel binary adder. It is. So half adder means it will add only 2-bit data. Then it is half adder. Full adder, it will add 3-bit data. Then it is full adder. Parallel adder, I can add as many bit of data, then it is parallel adder. If I want to add 2-bit of data, then it is half adder. 3-bit of data, it is full adder. And as many bit of data, it is parallel adder. So we know what is the design step. So the first one is what operation I want to do. What operation I want to do? I want to do the addition operation. And number of input, number of output, block diagram, truth table, and then the Boolean expression or logical expression. Then finally logical diagram. So once you conclude with the logical diagram, it's very easy. What you got in the logical diagram, you can implement that using the actual ICs. So this is a very important slide and we are going to do the steps in the same manner. So start from 1 to the point number 6. In the same manner, we are going to do the things. So the first comes as a half adder. So what we need to do, what is the idea for the first one? What is the answer for the first one? The idea is I want to add. Okay, for the first one, the answer is I want to do the addition operation. And what is my second question? How many number of input and how many number of output? Yes, how many number of inputs? Half adder will add 2 inputs. Half adder will add 2 inputs. If I add 2 inputs, what and all I'll get? I'll get sum and as well as I'll get carry. So half adder is having 2 inputs and it is also having 2 outputs. What are they? Sum and then carry. So what is my first step in the design? What operation I want to do? So I want to do what? I want to do the addition operation. And for the second one, how many inputs? How many outputs? How many inputs? 2 inputs. And how many outputs? Sum and carry. Again, 2 outputs. So 2 input and 2 outputs. And the third point is I want to draw the block diagram of half adder. See, this is our block diagram of the half adder. So just put half adder, 2 inputs. A and B is my input. And then what and all its output? Sum and carry is my output. So we finish 3 steps. 3 steps of our design. Operation is addition, 2-bit addition. And then here number of inputs is 2, number of output is 2. Block diagram we finished. Then next one is truth table. So design a combinational logic circuit that performs arithmetic operation for adding 2 bits. So how many bit it is? 2 bit. So how many combinations I'll get? I'll get 4 different combinations here. Can you all see this truth table completely? Can you all see the truth table completely? Okay. Okay. And we also know this. We have already seen this. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 10. That is sum is 0. Carry is 1. So the same I have given in the truth table. I have taken 2 inputs. X and Y is my input. And I have given 2 outputs. Sum and carry is my output. So if I have 2 inputs, how many combinations will I get? I'll get 4 combinations. That is 2 power 2 equal to 4. So I can write 4 combinations here. That is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and then 1, 1. I can write 4 different combinations. So now you do your simple binary arithmetic. 0 plus 0, sum 0. 0 plus 1, sum 1. 1 plus 0, sum 1. 1 plus 1, sum is 0 and carry is 1. In all other places, the carry is 0 in all other places. Yes? Yes, got it. We have the sum here and we have the carry here. So carry is 1 only for the last input. For all other things, the sum is 1. So can anyone tell me which gate will give this output? Can anyone tell me? Put it in the chat box. Which gate will give me this output? 0, 1, 1, 0. Yesterday we have discussed some different gates, no? 7 gates we have discussed. Which gate will give me this output? Yes, Rahul has given. It is the XOR gate. XOR gate will give me this output. So in the place of S, I have writing the expression S is equal to A XOR of B. S is equal to A XOR of B. So here again we will go for the carry. So which gate will give me this one, this truth table? Which gate output will look like this? It is AND gate. Very correct. It is AND gate. So what is my expression for C? My expression for C is A dot B. So to implement half adder, I need only 2 gates. And what are they? I need a XOR gate and then I need a AND gate. 2 gates are enough for me. Yes, got it? Yes, got it? See, look at here. I have chosen 2 gates, XOR gate and then AND gates. So what is my input? A and B is the input for XOR gate. If I give A and B to XOR, what output I'll get? I'll get sum as the output. If I give A and B, the same A and B to the AND gate, what output I'll get? Here I'll get carry as my output. So to implement a half adder, you need 2 inputs and 2 outputs, and only 2 gates are enough to implement a half adder. That is XOR gate and then one more is AND gate. 2 outputs, 2 gates are enough to implement these things. Yes, got it? Any doubt? It's a simple, uh, basic, basic design. So what and all? One more time. I'll recall the steps. So the steps will help you to design any combination circuit. So what is the step? First thing is, what is the idea? What idea you want to do? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. What is my idea? And second one is how many input, how many output. And third one is what is the block diagram of that. Fourth one, from the idea you have to write the truth table. Once truth table is written, write the expression. We have written expression for yes, that is sum, and then the carry. Write the expression. Once you finished with the logical expression, finally draw your logical diagram. So up to this is one complete question. So start from the design to the final end of your logic diagram. So if the flow comes like this, from the idea to the logic diagram. So anything you can design, any level of digital circuits. Start from the very simple with basic gates to any higher end digital circuit you can design with the help of these steps. Okay, next we will move to the full adder. So again I'll start with the same basic steps. I'll start. So what is that? What is my idea? My idea is full adder. Okay. So how many inputs? How many outputs? Full adder can able to add 3 bit. Full adder can able to add 3 bit. So for that I have A, B, and then C in. For that I have A, B, and then C in. 3 bits I can add using full adder. And then how many outputs I want? So again outputs are sum and carry. So my inputs are 3 and my output is 2. Yes. So first step is over, second step is over, and the third one is block diagram. So block diagram is A, B, C in, and then output is sum and carry. So those are my outputs. Yes. So what is the next step? Can anyone answer? What is the next step we should do? Next step in our design. What is the next step we should do? Truth table. Yes, very correct. The next step is I have to do the truth table of that. So what and all I have to take in, what are all the columns I should take in my truth table? A, B, and then one more input is there, C in. And what output I should take? Carry and then sum. Okay, totally we will have 5 things in our truth table. So here, perform arithmetic operation for adding 3 bits. So input is 3. So how many combinations I'll get in the truth table? I'll get 2 power 3. So because of this 2 power 3, my output is 8. I'll get 8 different combinations. So one question in the chat box is, can you give me more than 3 inputs in full adder? No, full adder can take only 3 inputs. If you want to add more data, then we have other hardware. Okay, a different hardware is there. We have a IC, special IC is there to add more than 3 inputs. So we can use that. But in full adder, it will take accept only 3 inputs. Yes. So this binary rules stands the same. The binary rule stands the same. What you know, what we discussed in the previous, the same binary rule. And here I have A, B, C in, sum and carry here. See, in half adder it is 2 power 2, that is 4 combinations. But in full adder it is 2 power 3, so it is 8 different combinations. So 0, 0, 0, and then 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, and 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Then this is 6, and this is 7. Totally start from the 0 to all ones. I have 8 different combinations, 8 different choices I can give my input. So this is the logic again. So again what you have to do, again you have to add 0 plus 0 plus 0. What is sum? Sum is 0, carry is also 0. Okay. 0 plus 0 plus 1. So only 1 is there. So my sum is 1, carry is 0. So wherever I have 1, 1, 1, 1, sum will be 1. So this step 0 plus 1 plus 1. So 2 ones are there. So what is the answer? 1 plus 1 is equal to sum is 0, carry is 1. See, sum is 0 and here the carry is 1. So wherever you have two ones in a row, you have to follow this rule. And in the last case, I have 3 ones. So 1 plus 1 plus 1. So here sum is also 0 and as well as carry is also, sorry, sum is also 1 and as well as carry is also 1. So both are 1 here. Yes. So how to write this logic? Any doubt? How to write this combinations? If you are the first year students, any doubt in this, how to write the combinations? Because we have not discussed that different number systems. Okay, truth table is over. And the next step is simplification. I have to do the simplification and this is my 5th step. Once the simplification is done, I can quickly move to the last step of doing the logic diagram. Okay, so for simplification, in the half adder, it was quite easy. I had only 4 combinations. I matched that with the gates and then I did my logic diagram. But here I have 8 combinations, so it is little tough to match it with the logic gates. So you need to write the expression and then simplify the expression. So first we will write the expression for sum and then we will write the expression for carry. So this slide gives you the expression only for the sum. So for sum, first I should identify where and all I have 1 in my sum. So I have 4 ones in my sum. Okay. I should check what is my input there. 0, 0, 1. So how I can represent this 0? Shall I represent like A bar? Yes. So one question is to repeat the truth table. So truth table is very easy. Like the previous for the half adder, we added 2 data, 0 plus 0. But here I have one more input, that is Cin input. So I want to add 0 plus 0 plus 0. I want to add 0 plus 0 plus 0. So if I add 3 zeros, whatever it is 0 only. So it is sum is also 0, carry is also 0 here. Both are 0, 0. And again, 0 plus 0 plus 1. 0 plus 0 plus 1. So it is, the sum is 1, carry is 0. So the sum will be 1 and carry will be 0 if you have only 1 in your truth table inputs. If I have 2 1 in my input, then 1 plus 1. See here, 1 plus 1 is sum is 0, carry is 1. So 1 plus 1, sum is 0, carry is 1. Okay. And only for the last condition it is 1 plus 1 plus 1. So that time sum is also 1, carry is also 1. It's very easy if you follow this binary arithmetic rule. It's very easy. So we will move to this. See, first I have identified this expression. This expression is only for the sum. So first identify where and all you have sums. I have already identified and rounded. Where and all I have ones. Okay. Then what is my input? When I am getting 1 as my output, what is my input? So my input is A, B, C, 0, 0, 1. Shall I write this 0 as A bar? Yes. And this 0 as B bar? Yes. And this is already 1, so it will be as such, C in. So see, I have written A bar, B bar, C in. Okay. And for my second, what it is here, if it is 0, you have to take the input as bar. So it is A bar, B, C in bar, A bar, B, C in bar. Yes. And for this one, A, B bar, C in bar, A, B bar, C in bar. And for the last one, A, B, C in. Yes. So this is my expression. Now I want to simplify this expressions. You can simplify this expression using K-map. If you use K-map, it is very easy to simplify the expressions. But K-map is not introduced. That's why I have to go through the normal Boolean algebra method of simplification. Okay. So from this and this last one, I'll take C in as common. This and this. So from this and this, I'll take C in as common. So it will be A bar B bar plus AB. And here I'll get C in bar as common. So it is A bar B plus A B bar. So that will be my thing. And if you simplify this one, you will get finally C in XOR of A XOR of B. C in XOR of A XOR of B. So for these two, you need one XOR gate, and for this and this combination, you need the one more XOR gate. So totally, you want two XOR gates. You want two XOR gates totally to implement what? To implement the sum. Again, I have taken the carry. Again, I have taken the carry, and where and all I have 1 in my carry, where and all I have 1 in my carry, I have circled this. Now we should see what is the input of that. Now we should see what is the input of that to write the complete expression. So what is the input? 0, 1, 1. So here A bar, B, C in. A bar, B, C in. And for this one, what is the input? A, B bar, C. A, B bar, C. And for this one, what is the output? What is my input expression? It is A, B, and then C in bar. A, B, C in bar. A, B, C in bar. Plus, and for the last one, A, B, C in. A, B, C in for the last one. Okay. Again, I have to take the common terms from my group terms. I have to take out the common terms and start doing the simplification. So after the last simplification, I derived like B, C in plus A into C in plus A into B. I'll share this PPT with you so that you can just see how it is simplified. It is simplified step by step, and also the formula used is also given on its sides. So it will be very easy for you just if you go through that. So how to write this expression, I'll tell you one more time. It's coming in the chat window. So first, take your truth table. To write the expression for sum, identify where and all you have 1 in the sum. So where and all I have 1 here, 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 here. In these 4 places, I have 1 in my sum. Okay. Now I should see what is my input. In this case, I should see what is my input. My input is 0, 0, 1. So 0 means I should represent like bar. 1 means you can write the letter as such. So 0 I have here. So I should write like A bar, B bar, C in. A bar, B bar, C in. And again here, someone can help me. A bar, B, C in bar. Yes, A bar, B, C in bar. And again here, A, B bar, C in bar. A, B bar, C in bar. And again here, for the last one, there is no zeros, so it is A, B, C in. A, B, C in. So first what we have taken? We have taken the first and last term. So Cn is common. If you take that out, you will get A bar B plus A B bar. And again, what is there here? Here you have Cn bar as common. So Cn bar, if you take, you will get A bar B plus A B bar. This two. This two, if you take, you will get this expression. Again, from this, with the help of a Boolean algebra, I am changing its signs. So it is what it is. If you change this plus sign to dot sign, you will get it like you will get different bars on the different side. So De Morgan's law theorem is used here. Just go through the steps. You will come to know how to do this. I will also share this PPT so that you can go through the steps. For the sum and carry. See, I have written the final step of sum and carry here. What we obtained, the final step of sum and carry is shown here. So I want 2 XOR gate, or else here it is taken as 3 input XOR. So A, B and C in is also taken from that. C in is also taken from that. So 3 input XOR gate. And then what I have B into C. B dot C. I need what? AND gate. So B dot C. I have taken an AND gate. A dot C. Again one more AND gate. A dot B. One more AND gate. Then finally all these inputs are ORed. All these inputs are clubbed together and it is ORed. So finally you add one OR gate. See from where the input is taken. Input is taken from A and then input is taken from B. So this will give you A dot B. And here input is taken from second one. Input is taken from A and input is also taken from C. So this will give you A dot C in. And see the last one. Input is taken from C in and also it is taken from where? It is taken from B input. So it is B dot C in. Yes. So this is how it is designed. So with the help of 3 inputs and 2 outputs, how many gates we are using totally? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gates. So totally 5 gates are used here to design a full adder. So this is see, this is also here also I am getting sum as my output, but I am not taking the final expression. Instead of taking the final simplified expression, I tried to implement the expression of sum which I obtained in the first step. See, here I got one expression, no? Expression for sum. Yes, if I simplify this, I got this one. But without simplifying, whatever I have here, I just implemented that with the logic gates. So just see the hardware now. So how many gates is having for generating sum alone? 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 5 gates for sum alone. And how many gates for carry? 6, 7, 8, 9. So totally you want 10 gates. Totally 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 gates. Totally you want 9 gates if you want to implement full adder circuit without any simplification. Without any simplification. Okay. But if you consider of if you want to put a full adder circuit in this area, if I want to put the full adder circuit, how many gates I want to place? 9 gates. The 9 gates will be occupying this much space in my circuit diagram, this much space in my board. But the same if you simplify using any method like Boolean algebra method or else like K-map method or tabulation method, any method, if you simplify that, how many gates we need after simplification? We did this, no? Yes, we need only 5 gates after simplification. So half of your space is reduced if you simplify anything and then draw that into the logic diagram, convert that into a hardware circuit. So that is the importance of simplification. Why we want to simplify the logical expression. Yes. Yes, got it. So half adder will add only 2 bits. Full adder will add 3 bits. Okay. But the thing is, for example, I don't have any full adder logics. So can I implement full adder using half adder? I already have designed my half adder block. So with the help of half adder block, is it possible to implement the full adder block? Yes, we can implement that. So we need what? We need two half adders. This is one half adder. This is one half adder. So I am going to connect one after the other. This after the this one. So working that as an full adder circuit. So A is my input, B is my input for half adder, and then C in is also there. And this half adder is giving sum and carry. I take this carry out and keep it in this side. And then for this half adder, I'll take the sum as input and one more carry is coming from here. This I'll keep it here. So this is now A and B for this half adder. Again it will generate sum and carry. Now we have two carries. One carry from this half adder, one carry from this half adder. So those two carries will be summed, ORed using a OR gate. So you want to implement a full adder circuit. Full adder will have three inputs, one A, B, C in, and two outputs, sum and then carry. These are the two outputs. But you don't have any logic gates. You have a two half adder block. Yes, you can do that. You can, with the help of two half adder block, you can put one after the other and add only one OR gate on the output side. So you can design what? You can design a full adder circuit. So always full adder will add 3 bits. See, along with the logic diagram, it is shown here along with the logic diagram. So this is my first half adder. So this is my first half adder. Yes. This is my second half adder. And what is extra? Extra is OR gate is extra. So you don't know how to design. Design a full adder. Then what else you can do? Design two half adders. You don't know how to simplify full adder. Then what you can do? Simply design two half adders, connect it together, and then put one OR gate to sum the carry of the two half adders. So next we will finish it off with the subtractor part. Again in subtractor also I have two different things, half subtractor and then full subtractor. Okay. So subtraction, we will see the rules of subtraction. So 0 minus 0, 0. 1 minus 0, I'll get 1. 1 0 minus 1, I'll get 1. 1 minus 1, I'll get 0. What is 0 minus 1? What is 0 minus 1? Can I subtract 1 from 0? I cannot do 0 minus 1. So what I have to do? I have to take the borrow. I have to take borrow. So subtractor is also having two inputs, X and Y, and two outputs, borrow and difference. Borrow and difference is my output. So 0 minus 0, borrow is 0, difference is 0. 0 minus 1, 0, I cannot minus 1 from 0. So here I have to do borrow. If I take a borrow will become 1, and then this difference will also become 1. Again here 1 minus 0, I can do 1 minus 0. So difference will be 1, borrow. That I have not taken any borrow. So borrow is 0. 1 minus 1, yes, both are 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. Everything is 0. So which gate again I can use for this? Which gate I can use for this? Implementing the difference. Which gate shall I use to implement the difference? It is XOR gate. XOR gate I can use to implement the difference. Yes.
Ma'am, sorry for the interruption. I just want to let you know it's 5:03.
Okay, ma'am. I'll finish it off. Few minutes.
Okay.
This slide I'll finish it off. Yes, it's time up already. So I'll finish it off with this slide. So here it is for D it is XOR gate, X XOR of Y, and for B it is, see what is my input for B? X bar Y, X bar Y. So take two inputs A and B, and here it is A XOR of B, and here it is X bar, that is A bar, and then A into B bar. One input is barred here. Yes. So okay, still we have the parallel adder also. In tomorrow's session, I'll do the parallel adder. So what and all we discussed today, we discussed like what is combinational circuit and what is sequential circuit, then half adder, full adder, and then half subtractor. So these things we discussed here. You can also try to design some logic diagram with the basic gates. So tomorrow's session is also at 4 o'clock, and we will see the continuation of this parallel adder magnitude comparator and all. Yes. Any questions? Okay, ma'am.